So guys, former President Obasanjo refused to attend the Council of State meeting, hosted by the President Tinubu. Jonathan and the former President Abuhari were in attendance. But guess what? Obasanjo abstained from, that meeting. You might be wondering why, he is not really palling with Tinubu. We know that Obasanjo has from the beginning told Nigerians that Tinubu cannot handle Nigeria. From the beginning, this man was bold enough to tell Nigerians that Tinubu does not have the capacity. It's not about he's a Yoruba man and I'm a Yoruba man. No, he does not have the capacity to handle Nigeria. I tell you, you might be shocked to even know that it is those around him that are running the affairs of this country. This man is not very strong. This man is not very strong. And that is why Obasanjo is trying to distance himself from this current government, because tomorrow now people will say, yes, you endorsed him. Yes, you were going about with him and all that. Or he has said it from the onset, even from before campaign even started. He told Nigerians that Peter Obi is a more competent man to take this country out of the mess that Buhari landed Nigeria into. But people felt it was just a milokon, it's our turn. Now they've grabbed power, they know nothing to do with it. Take a look at this video.
How has one of the greatest nations on earth found itself being led by the quality of people that we have allowed in those positions? Governmental institutions being headed by people whose only skill is how to win elections, and others nominated to repay political favors, not because they have the slightest qualifications worthy of those positions. And this is a country filled with some of the most brilliant minds on the continent, Nigerians excelling in different parts of the world. How can that same country then pick leaders who can speak brilliantly for 10 minutes unaided? How did that same country and citizens say things like, even if it's NEPA certificate, we will vote him? Many would say that we should be ashamed of ourselves, because look at where NEPA certificate has brought Nigeria. I mean, what spirit really took over Nigerians to make such statements, including, of course, Victor Ekpeba there? A nation with some of the most brilliant people on earth. To have WAEC, if you remember, bring a certificate to our president in Aso Rock, and they took pictures with it as something to be proud of. Nigeria, the same Nigeria that has produced the likes of Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, Akinwumi Adesina, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Chimamanda Adichie, Philip Emeagwali, Dora Akunyili, Seyi Oyeshola, many of them, many others. How did that same country produce leaders back to back that had questions about their certificates? Again, you pay a price every time you lower your standards, and Nigerians must improve on the quality of persons in leadership positions. We moved from President Buhari to now President Tinubu, and it's pretty clear that President Tinubu is doing the same thing as his predecessor, which is avoiding the media, avoiding the press. Our current president and past presidents, take a look across, don't have one single video where they sat with the media or a broad spectrum of Nigerians and just spoke brilliantly for 1 hour, convincing Nigerians. There's nowhere you'll find clips of Nigeria's current president speaking brilliantly to the issues that Nigerians face. There's no way.
Are you waiting for your turn? Because the last election to me was the most sincere. A man who is now, with all due respect, our president, said it is his turn. I felt that was the most sincere statement, because amongst the political class, amongst the judges, amongst the judiciary, the legislative, all of us are waiting for our turn. Our turn for the embarrassingly reality that we are left to cater to ourselves. The very nature of the Nigerian state is what is creating the electoral rut. Every Nigerian is taking care of themselves. So when you are elected, when you're looking for office, you're looking for a means to take care of yourself. Pay school fees, pay for your electricity, pay for water, pay for the road, pay for everything. Even your security you pay for. So tell me, how can you elect me and expect me, who is coming for my own slice of the national cake, to protect yours? The problem is all of us sitting here and those sitting out there. It may be simple to hold the judiciary responsible, but what I hold them responsible for, with all due respect, is before you became a judge, you are a Nigerian. And sir, because you're the governor we're seeing, you were once the governor, and now you are the chairman of the ruling party. Before all of that, you're a Nigerian. Let's think about Nigeria first. Why should a prominent politician's wife be able to be a judge? It should be against the law. You see somebody that I laugh at it. He's a prominent politician, and his wife climbs up and becomes a Supreme Court justice. We have to regulate these things. And some people will say, how can you regulate love? You're not regulating love, you're regulating sanity and discipline. If your wife needs to be a judge, then you need not be an elected official. You must pick one. Let us get serious. Let us get serious. You hear court judgments. And the judge sitting there is the wife of a senator, and the senator comes on the floor of the Senate and tells us, well, in the bedroom, I have negotiated for some of you, and we laugh. So I'm calling on all of us, because I was talking to my friend, Dr. Gash. I was saying to him that the simplistic response to all of our problems is to blame the judiciary. The simplistic solution to all our problems is to blame politicians. If I didn't tell you today that I am a politician, or I was a politician before I went on sabbatical, I don't look like one. I don't speak like one. But let me tell you another problem before I sit down, having listened to our speaker. The bigger problem is, I have to humbly tell you that the politicians you see on your television, in the Senate, the National Assembly, are finished products of a very corrupt route. I remember the first time I was just coming back from the US when I ran for federal House of Reps. I went to one of the delegates' house, and I must say this with all sense of humility. The man couldn't speak English, was a secondary school dropout, was riddled with poverty. I was trying to understand, how can this man gauge if I'm good enough to represent him? I could barely sit on his seat. The house was filthy. All of you politicians know what I'm talking about. But multiple people like him were responsible to vote for who was going to represent them. And then you wonder what is wrong. With all due respect, it's not lawyers that pick these people. It's not people seated here that choose who is going to represent their parties. Let's get serious. From the root is corrupt. When it's time to pick those delegates, politicians pick delegates who cannot barely understand the system. All they know is the brown envelope. And you let them elect your senators and House of Reps members, and what do you expect to get out of it? Let's get serious. When they're writing these delegates, most of them are not even educated. They can't read, they can't write, they don't understand anything. They're waiting for the bags of rice. They don't care about issues. Give me the money. And then finally, because maybe this is not the right time to say all this, but finally, before I sit down, I want to challenge us.
So guys, it is becoming clearer that this government does not have a direction. I mean, they don't have a direction. They don't know where they are going from here, and that is why so many people are lamenting about the state of the nation and what is happening. Now, Tinubu is now seeking the help of Obasanjo, what's his name again, Abuhari, and also Jonathan. So many people have even condemned Jonathan on Twitter that why is he going to attend this meeting? Why is he associating himself with this government? And we saw Abuhari, the man that landed Nigeria into dungeon. We saw him coming to the state for this state, they call it Council of State meeting. We saw him coming in, and you see, these are leaders. They don't have shame. They don't have shame. Even no matter the extent to which they destroyed this nation, they will still boldly come out to even talk to the media. If we were to be living in an insane environment, there are people that after their tenure ends, they will even run out of the country because they know they've destroyed the country. But Nigeria is a place that don't be surprised tomorrow Buhari will start endorsing people that will come to become president, as if he did well. Somebody who destroyed the country, tomorrow you'll be the one to endorse who is going to run for presidency. We've even seen Atiku going to him because he wants to win his supporters. I mean, somebody who destroyed Nigeria to the extent to which Buhari did should be distant. I mean, people should stay away from him because this kind of attitude can be contagious. But you see them now, trying to pally, forgetting that they've taken Nigeria 50 years backward. So guys, I don't know what you make of all this. I don't know what's your thoughts, looking at what is happening in Nigeria today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.